All of our relationships get better when we go through struggle together. And we know the way the human animal works. We know that oxytocin is released when you have shared struggle. That's why when you put people in boot camp and they go through shit together, or there's a natural disaster, like all of a sudden, I don't care who you voted for. I saw your house blow down in the tornado. I got you. Don't worry, we're neighbors, right? Like we can put aside all the rational nonsense, the intellectual nonsense, and at the end of the day, human beings are good at helping human beings.
Struggle also, in many contexts, is the value. So when I think about a Simon Sinek book, the reason why I value it is because I know that Simon Sinek spent years writing that thing and pulling it together. The reason why certain handmade things that we talked about earlier are valuable is because of the pain and the toil that went into them. And when you think about the art world and other creations through history, the value comes from the fact that human beings came together for a prolonged period of time and did something. And actually the investment is the value. Like the amount that went in the top creates
We're not buying the product, we're buying the story.
Yeah. Like the Mona Lisa is...
You're not buying the Mona Lisa. You're not buying a piece of art. You're buying the story that goes with the art. The story that it took to create the art. What the artist was going through, what they were thinking. You're not buying my book. You're buying the story of the making of my book.
And the Mona Lisa was stolen from what I understand.
I mean, we don't even know if the one in the Louvre is the real one.
Because I heard much of the reason why the Mona Lisa is so valuable is because at one point it was stolen and then they like managed to find it again. And actually it's just a painting, but the story of the
story
painting
is
is worth 100 million, 200 million, whatever.
Whatever. I mean, and so this is what we forget. The reason famous artists are famous is because you buy the story of that artist, not their talent. There's a lot of famous singers and actors and painters, dancers, who are a lot less talented than the unknown ones, but you buy into the story. And this is why some celebrities, as much as they talk about the paparazzi and the tabloids, they want to be in the paparazzi and the tabloid. They want the paparazzi to follow them because it keeps their story relevant. It keeps them, they're worth more because they're in the zeitgeist.
Apple know this better than anybody because you go to an Apple store and they've laid out their products as if it was an art gallery. The 3 feet either side of the iPhone create the impression in my mind that this is a piece of art and there's only one of them. And the fact that they've wasted all this space, which I know real estate costs money and that must have been expensive, pours into the device itself. If I'd gone into an Apple store and there was 1,000 iPhones, like the old electronic stops, all stacked on top of each other, I would assume the iPhone was worth less. But the story, just by the frame in which I see it, means that, oh my God, this thing is...
It's theater.
It looks like one of one.
Yeah, it's theater. And some would call it manipulative, but we want things to feel valuable, not just be valuable, right? I could tell you I've got I found a guy who makes cashmere jerseys, and he uses the exact same cashmere as, Laura Piano, whatever, some fancy ass brand, But the problem is it says like Dave's Cashmere Shop, I could tell you everything about where he sources the cashmere, how he makes it, that's the same everything. And you'd be like, yeah, Dave's Cashmere Shop? Because you're not buying the cashmere, you're buying the brand. Yeah. You're buying the story, you're buying the association. That's why brands have value, because it's irrational.
Yeah.
And humans are irrational. And that's why companies invest in building brands for the story. And so, yeah, I think I'm, as much as AI scares me, I still believe the thing that the technologists don't appreciate and won't appreciate, and there will be a rebellion, and handmade will become more valuable, and handmade will become more expensive, and people will want to say that.